as I relinquish these subjects like objects to keep you thinking pessimistically positive on any one of a number of topics. I speak what I speak what I see and what I know, and by no means do I speak about an unknown scenario. I keep it relative like All in the Family, telling it exactly like it is in my experience of actually passionately presenting my insanity as it's gradually dementing, falling apart and fragmenting. Bruised from the battering and condescending laughter brings all the more saddening realities, survivors and feared factors. Pastors are perverts, pastimes are murders, in a world where people are more concerned with curse words than a merger of inner city's worth versus suburbia's purpose, without the predictable answer of who comes first in this Bill of Rights chapter insert. Encouraging the individual's ways to make it work, we're all to fend for ourselves. If it depends on our health, there's no possibility of help, so don't expect much else from me, cause I'll be on the lookout with death in the eyes as my eulogy.
Here I go again. Here I go again.
Impart my opinion, subject and suspect, but still won't read the riot act when I'm upset. See, really, it's a must bet, but really, who cares? See, they won't step on my toes if I'm not stepping on theirs. Busted, I did a gut check with much success, fully equipped for the bullshit that I'ma put to the test. Not a bully or a pest, just a producer slash rapper with a bunch of moral convictions I won't let rest. Always pushing for conditions to better the best. Nevertheless, always some shithead deserves to get severed unless he got justification in making that claim. Me and y'all combining the station. Now I'm saying, I got that ass for the roll. You got a whole lot of ass in your speech. Say something decent, asshole. For once, you oughta keep greasing the fold. Airing your dirty laundry to me, shithead, I'll iron you cold. The Gumshoe Strut, let's get dangerous. The Gumshoe Strut, when in distress, you call the GS. I'll be making heads turn if it's the last thing I do. I'll go down yelling screw you, while learning my stripes within this who's who of who's whack, who's tight. Learning to improve my presence on the mic, pursuing the comfort of my appetite. They say I rap alright, okay I rap, I make beats. I'm doing that for my own therapy, alright, leave me in peace. Live and let live, let me become this beast. When I perform, there's a tendency for the level of energy to increase above the norm. Creature of mad proportions born, put to bed and reborn to kill the set. On my first tour with peanuts and corn, my first road experience making my head hurt for serious. But this is why you rap after the stage of just simply being curious of what it looks like to write your own rhymes on a page. Mirror this image on television of disrespecting women, instilled in me the decision to have it. Respect when I rap, keep you in check with a slap. Your brother in my backpack. We got respect when we rap, keep you in check with a slap. Your brother, the Gumshoe Strut, let's get dangerous. The Gumshoe Strut, when in distress, you call the GS. The Gumshoe Strut, let's get dangerous. The Gumshoe Strut, when in distress, you call the GS.
Here I come, DS to GS. Here I come, DS to GS. Here I come, DS.
Checking back in. Disagreeing's not a crime, but their attitude is like fine, then fine. You're ticketed now, so quit your whine and accept your role and fall in line when they say, because they wanna wipe you out like turpentine and just may confine you in a room for an hour of time and exercise the right to prove the importance of mind over matter. Because you don't make a difference in the world as far as they're concerned. They told you in the first place that the penalty paid would be as great as the social assistance you supposedly made. They don't know shit about your life, but stereotype like cost. At what cost will it take to get this point across? It's a feeling of helplessness. Aggression makes them tense. The thing to remember is stay on the side of the fence. Make no sudden movements, don't talk, let alone talk back. Respond yes, nod, thumbs up to improvements. Your attitude is on the up and up. Check now, keep it that way. Don't show them you don't get how it works. Comply with the jerks, pretend, make believe you don't notice when they flash those evil smirks, intended to one up your rear end. I'm talking right, left, right with a steel toe that don't bend, so don't contend, don't fight it. It's the hardest thing you'll ever have to do, despite its stupidity. Like it or not, you're the amusement in the life of a cop. How do you like it, sucker? Yes sir, no sir, officer, ma'am. Sorry doesn't cut it, but the offering's mandatory. Yes sir, no sir, officer, ma'am. Sorry doesn't cut it, but the offering's mandatory. Make no excuse unless it's good or the truth. Remain calm, don't underestimate the power to abuse. Twisting your words confuse a one-sided conversation without putting any patience to use. Each situation is its own, and they say it's up to you where you end up, in jail or home. It's a feeling of helplessness. Aggression makes them tense. The thing to remember is stay on the side of the fence. Make no sudden movements, don't talk, let alone talk back. Respond yes, nod, thumbs up to improvements. It's a feeling of helplessness. Aggression makes them tense. The thing to remember is stay on the side of the fence. Make no sudden movements, don't talk, let alone talk back. Respond yes, nod, thumbs up to improvements. Thumbs up to improvements. Thumbs up to improvements. Up 2, 3, 4. 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 Yes sir, no sir, officer, ma'am. Sorry doesn't cut it, but the offering's mandatory. Yes sir, no sir, officer, ma'am. Sorry doesn't cut it, but the offering's mandatory. Left foot, right foot, I should've ran. Sorry doesn't cut it, but the offering's mandatory. Left foot, right foot, I should've ran. Sorry doesn't cut it, but the offering's mandatory. Cold. Fuck. You laughing at me? I'm just peering in the window and passing, masking my freezing mug from the wind chills harassing. They're sitting down to eat, and the last thing on their mind is some kid in the street rapping to himself, although they find it indeed to be humorous, excessive and numerous with their greed. The choice between the Mustang and Wrangler, they stampede, I don't agree, I completely despise. They pride themselves on the ability to buy and sell whatever it is. I'm on the outside, pointed and laughed at, literally cash strapped in comparison. They should be embarrassed when that plate hits the table. It's shaky and unstable, like my sanity, profanity unheard through 2 layers of pain, glass and emotional and training mode for life. When I gain, it's only to retreat, cause I'm treated like I'm supposed to refrain from a much needed break from the same. Hey yo, being poor sucks when you come from being spoiled, and it sucks even worse to know there's worse in the world. Their attitude's a piece of shit in mid-swirl, and they'll always stay protected by a shell like a turtle. Being poor sucks when you come from being spoiled, and it sucks even worse to know there's worse in the world. Their attitude's a piece of shit in mid-swirl, and they'll always stay protected by a shell like a turtle.
That's what I'm saying. Backwards is mentality. Yours allowed to be cause your mind plays in reality wars with your eyes in common sense. I don't need to go against, I no longer want to be involved. What you people represent, I see you. You had your university paid for you, we knew it was up to you. Where you'd end up still you were told what to do now. We're the type of people to sneak on your lawn and take a leak. You're the type of people to correct or speak. Them, not you. Unless you're one of them, then you get your hand bludgeoned by your company's emblem pen. You caught me walking back for Ralph and cut me off, I missed a meeting. I was never informed about when you lost it. They say take it like you're manly. I told them go to hell, I have to break it to my family. We all came to the very sad conclusion. We tried very hard, but still we had to lose.
Dollars is the mission. The mission. The mission. Sitting in a yoga position.
Being poor sucks when you come from being spoiled, and it sucks even worse to know there's worse in the world. Their attitude's a piece of shit and mid-swirl, and they'll always stay protected by a shell like a turtle. Being poor sucks when you come from being spoiled, and it sucks even worse to know there's worse in the world. Their attitude's a piece of shit and mid-swirl, and they'll always stay protected by a shell like a turtle.
Dollars is the mission. Dollars is the mission. Dollars is the mission. Sitting in a yoga position. Dollars is the mission. Sitting in a yoga position. Isolate my mind from your bitching. Isolate my mind. Isolate my mind from your bitching. Isolate my mind from your bitching. Isolate my mind from your bitching. Isolate my mind from your bitching.
Jokes on you, Jack, true that. Jokes on you, Jack, true that.
I'm torn up, I wanna tell him where to go, but on the other hand says no, so I lay low and quietly ride inside, never letting him know what I hide. I'm on the verge of combustion, but just won't confide. I wanna tell him what's up, I'm gonna tell him what's up, but he won't tell me enough and keeps piling up. Like his mouth was stuck, but it's a crying shame, cause in reality he knows he's an ignorant fuck. Blames it on the pressure but plays the same damn games at his own leisure. It's like pleasure for him in his own little world, and the rest is foreign. He only wins the battle when the test is scoring. Those shitty little insults that don't deserve an encore, put a cork in it. Morbid interests and horrific statements made that I consider to be played in this work-related forum. I won't hate you a slave or an unrespecting moron who gets triple what I'm paid. Hey yo, the war's on, ready to give what I gave. The last asswipe who tried to cripple my legs, clip my wings, trying to break my stride. I'm going with simpler things, he's throwing it into overdrive in hopes that I lose my swerve. He just grinds on my mind and grates on my nerves.
Busy deceiving, achieving nothing. Busy deceiving, achieving nothing. Busy deceiving, achieving nothing.
It's a pity the way the city treats the poor. Got bosses, managers, tell me what are they for? We do their dirty work and they still complaining. To stash my pain, it's all part of my training. 3 years of service, almost working for free. Trying to shake fruit from the tree. Enough for me, you see the ovens don't run if I ain't in the store. Oh Lord, my feet are so sore, so I slip X-Lax into the assistant's drink. Put poison in the bosses and watch Junior think. Shitting his guts out while his superior is dead. You know that type of shit has gotta with your head. And it ain't like they haven't fiddled with minds. I say times change, so you gotta change with the times. Accept the fact that your rights are gone. And if that motherfucker looks at me again and it's on, cause I'm sick of seeing them get away with things. I got you jingling, baby, like the keys on those rings. These kings and queens shall be cooked like beans. Working class people rise up by any means. And me, I don't want success to look fresh. I wanna get my mom up out of the chicken chef. Until there's nothing left, this place I'll rob.
Joke's on you, Jack. Joke's on you, Jack. Joke's on you, Jack.
Bosses are hard to get along without feeling like your opinion's been accosted. Bosses, you hate their fucking guts, but one day you might be the one with the job. Bosses are hard to get along without feeling like your opinion's been accosted. Bosses, you hate their fucking guts, but one day you might be the one with the job.
Strut, you've got to drag them till they drop. Fast, or you'll feel disaster. Cut me more trees. That's my decree.
I'ma settle the score, 1 cent for all. I'ma settle the score, 1 cent for all. I'ma settle the score, 1 cent for all. I'ma settle the score, 1 cent for all.
I'm angry at the world, unavoidably poisoned without a choice in the matter. That's why my brain remains scattered, battered and bruised up. See me tattered and chewed up, limping like a simpleton to work. Plus the route sucks, too many big holes and obstacles to hospital. Walking over potholes and hills that ain't optional. I got a skill with a skill if that's possible. When it comes to rap, the Gumshoe's a lot to fill.
I get worried, disturbed, and mutter something like hello. Immobile and vocal, buried in dirt up to my elbows. I seem to often get tripped up on stone cursive, so I try planting seeds to grow verses. Seeking shelter from memory and reverie. Feeling out there and this microphone tethers me. With a pen in hand, rushing to my analyst. Suffer from panic attacks, clutching to my manuscripts.
Without it, I'd have to doubt if I lived to see 50. My happy side, but then reality restricts me. They say I'm thrifty with letting it all hang out, but it's just a pre-assumption that the good times is what life is about and ain't risky. Tisk me for being a hard-on without always having to part on. My smarts on every situation that I embark on. That's why I flip the bird at the occasional car. Marking my territory, the strut covers his tracks, cause telling a merry story is distorting the facts. My character's glory comes from a life of the past. Now it comes when a facet of my life hasn't collapsed. I write my raps the same way I go about life. Slow and methodical, but never precise. Homie, let me tell you about my only vice that has to do with having fun, but it ain't nothing nice.
When darkness fell, I could never avoid the fever, which brought along the paranoia and fear. The sun has set, hardly reason to go numb. I start believing that it won't come up again. Days spent sunless, nights cloaked in lunar eclipse. No sunshine shone from moon to reflect. Objects is no longer cognitive. My thoughts are lethargic, torpid at the will of outside forces. Welcome back the evil ogre of this mediocre, blocking the thought process and causing this unpleasing odor. We shuffle blindly, quietly, muffled mumbles, short and probably whispered in the corner of all existence. Searching for horizons, when will the sun rise again? Hoping the cycle of vicissitudes will comprise a trend. The title it assumes the creative process, reaching for the light, seething in the vacant darkness.
It's all about having fun when you're kicking it. It's all about anger management. It's all about making ideas manifest. It's all about having fun when you're kicking it. It's all about anger management. It's all about making ideas manifest.
I'm never gonna die, man. I'm gonna live forever and ever and ever and ever.
Was it me, the situation, or the circumstances that I was facing? Was it me, the situation, or the circumstances that I was facing? Keeping 6 on locations of cockroaches occupies the brain during family conversation. Rations of chicken legs and grits are served cautious with mouthfuls in the event of lurking creatures. This environment features unfamiliarity, it's a rarity for conditions of living to change, ranging from occasional daddy long legs to the regular nil. Still all of them I kill, I've never witnessed an excess. So don't be disappointed at my ignorance, it is less the intention to get stressed, cause these new surroundings strike a match of interest. Resting on a cot has my mind booming, looming in the area of where I will be grooming when awakened to a living room full of family I'm unaccustomed. No sisters where I come from, instead of running in the opposite I hold for. Resort to what I know, rated low on a scale of 10 to 0, and unknowingly started beef and turned things completely AWOL. All thoughts off the bugs to investigate who's bugging. With 9 days coming, it would have been a wise choice to end the shoulder shrugging and defense plugging. What was in for my next 48 hours was unexpected showers of tears. From 7 years to 10 transcended to my persons, following unnecessary events which saw my life threatened. Unnecessary events which saw my life threatened. Sweating threats of death insisted my immediate absence, so I left with my mind in a mess, not knowing when my presence would be made at home. Just left and happy that I'm gone. Sweating threats of death insisted my immediate absence, so I left with my mind in a mess, not knowing when my presence would be made at home. And just left, but happy that I'm gone. Was it me, the situation, or the circumstances that I was facing? Was it me, the situation, or the circumstances that I was facing? Was it me, the situation, or the circumstances that I was facing? Was it me, the situation, or the circumstances that I was facing? Was it me, the situation, or the circumstances that I was facing? Was it me?
I'm gone. Adios, 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 adios. Ghosts, 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 ghosts. Adios, adios, adios. I'm gone. I'm gone. Adios, I'm gone. Adios, adios, I'm gone.
I'm gonna live forever and ever and ever and ever. Why don't you go jump off a fucking bridge?
Tell me your best horror story, and I'll tell you mine before we go to sleep and creep the vine down to the depth of the creek. A body shackle, open-eyed, peep the blank look on the face. Hair floating towards space, the camera pans towards the sunshine to create a silhouette. Swaying with the currents, chase follow the lead to forget what it takes to live a life past 28. Someone's dead in the water, sunk like brick with the breath held. The last couple of minutes coming to grips with death, cause it's just about over. Getting colder by the second, hands folded over each shoulder pressing. How depressing do you think it is to die? Still struggling but can't even sigh, never mind dry. There's nowhere at all, drowning under pressure like aerosol. No intake, only release, blowing out the last couple bubbles of air to circulate the sky. As the wind blows by without saying goodbye, try to picture the dead without seeing them deceased. Face wet and you can't see him cry, the emotion misplaced at best. Someone's dead in the water, anchored to its depth. Can you imagine this face without a breath of life left? Someone's dead in the water. 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 Someone's dead. Come on, throw your hands in the sky. from side to side. You're trying to breathe but just can't catch your breath, and 2 minutes later you die. Come on, throw your hands in the sky, swaying from side to side. You tried to breathe but just couldn't catch your breath, and 2 minutes later you die.
Telling you, I'm telling you, if I don't read you that real. Don't read you that real. Telling you, I'm telling you, if I don't read you that real. Don't read you that real. Telling you, I'm telling you, if I don't read you that real.
I don't wanna die, man. I don't wanna die. I wanna live forever and ever.
Yo, rumor has it, Naomi's mom was possessed. Standing in the window naked, she was undressed, where some kid claimed to see footprints in her chest. Mom burning commandments when I was a guest. Naomi never confessed, she never confided that her mom had these demons up inside her head, trying to revoke the faith that mom's family provided. Skylar was around 2, his sister was 5. Naomi was in my grade 6 class, but missed for the last full week at least. She never did that before, if my memory serves me correctly. The house was a mess, Fruit Loops scattered the floor, the remainder in the box where the blood would pour. Never thought the half of what I saw till the morn. The dark clouds were out in full force while the yellow police tape ran its course. I went to school without knowing any info. Teacher sat us down, I didn't know what I was in for. It hit me like a ton of bricks. Mom impaled Skylar's head with a broomstick. Naomi survived, but ceased to exist. She moved in with family way out in the sticks. Like Timbuktu, I just couldn't imagine anything and everything that she's been through, cause it hit her like a ton of bricks. Her mom impaled her brother's head with a broomstick, cause it hit her like a ton of bricks. Her mom impaled her brother's head with a broomstick, cause it hit her like a ton of bricks. Her mom impaled her brother's head with a broomstick, cause it hit her like a ton of bricks. Her mom impaled her brother's head with a broomstick.
Possessed? I don't know about that. All I know is that Naomi's mom took a broomstick and stabbed it through Skylar's head.
Hey yo, rumor has it, Naomi's mom was possessed. Standing in the window naked, she was undressed, where some kid claimed to see footprints in her chest. Mom burning commandments when I was a guest. Naomi never confessed, she never confided that her mom had these demons up inside of her head, trying to revoke the faith that mom's family provided. Skylar was around 2, his sister was 5. Naomi was in my grade 6 class, but missed for the last full week at least. She never did that before, if my memory serves me correctly. The house was a mess, Fruit Loops scattered the floor, the remainder in the box where the blood would pour. Never thought the half of what I saw till the morn. The dark clouds were out in full force while the yellow police tape ran its course. I went to school without knowing any info. Teacher sat us down, I didn't know what I was in for. It hit me like a ton of bricks. Mom impaled Skylar's head with a broomstick. Naomi survived, but ceased to exist. She moved in with family way out in the sticks. Like Timbuktu, I just couldn't imagine anything and everything that she's been through, cause it hit her like a ton of bricks. Her mom impaled her brother's head with a broomstick, cause it hit her like a ton of bricks. Her mom impaled her brother's head with a broomstick, cause it hit me like a ton of bricks. Mom impaled Skylar's head with a broomstick, cause it hit me like a ton of bricks. Mom impaled Skylar's head with a broomstick.
Close your eyes. The angels will watch over you. Sweet dreams.